Just thought I would include a little note on the beginning of this video. I know it's been a while. I again am having a little trouble keeping up. I have been sick numerous times this spring. The most recent being a really bad case of bronchitis, so ended up in emergency again, and very sick and very hard time getting over it, very hard time recuperating, and it just seems to take me so much longer to recuperate. And this is about the third or fourth thing since Christmas. And of course, Chris is still not feeling well. So we've been struggling physically and still trying to get things done. But I'm going to try and get caught up here and do an update on a lot of things because of the health issues Chris has been dealing with. Anyway, on to the video. Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, we have a little bit of a catastrophe on our hands today. Something that comes with off-grid life and being your own power company. As you can see, there are no lights on. There is no power on. So, before I get started with this little saga, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We sure do appreciate it. I'll show you what's going on. Now I will try to make this quick, a rather short video because my first battery was already dead. I won't be able to charge my batteries. Chris has a friend who's an electrician, a neighbor, that is going to come over. He's hoping to figure out how to run the generator straight to the system rather than the generator charge the batteries, which then powers everything. Way above my pay grade. But I really like it, you know, when you just flick a switch and a light comes on. That's about the extent of my knowledge. When the light doesn't come on, something's wrong. But we have been looking at, well, we looked at it last year when we had to replace one of these batteries, which ran about $600. Chris got it down to, I think, $500, but that's still, that was the most expensive part of this system, the solar system, was the batteries, and he sort of went with the mid-range battery. He's been thinking about upgrading to lithium. They take up less space, but they're very expensive. So we had another battery go this year. I think that's about 4 out of 8 of the original system from 2019. So again, he was contemplating, so we were running on 7 batteries, which is not good for the system. We went into town, got the 8th battery replaced, brought it home, didn't unpack it, and then got thinking, well, maybe we should upgrade to this other, because he came home and the guy had already sent him the prices. So we didn't unpack the other battery. We thought we'll run it, we'll return it, we'll run off the 7 batteries. Well, that has not worked out so well. I'll show you the batteries now. Now we were also hoping to sell the good batteries, the other 7 batteries, on Marketplace or something to recoup some of our costs, and some of them are relatively new. That won't be happening. So this is what the batteries look like when they bulge. Again, I was so frantic I didn't get any picture of them smoking, and the smell was pretty bad. I have a headache from inhaling some of the smoke. That one's burnt really bad over there. So these are all toast. They'll have to go to the salvage yard now. A lot of money. It still smells really bad in here. Our friend that's just come, the electrician, said that he has actually seen these batteries take out walls in the building. And of course all my canning is in here. A lot of stuff is stored in here. A lot of canning on this side, well, supplies all our paint. There's a lot of stuff stored in here that would have been destroyed by these exploding. Probably would have lost everything in the building, including the sea can, which was $5 grand in itself. So upset, but kind of counting our blessings too. All this equipment is fine, which would have been destroyed as well. Chris is just on the phone with the guy from, I think it's called Solar Superstore in Edmonton. He's been great. And I think he's going to try and expedite the battery coming from Calgary, the one that we're buying, because he wasn't sure if it would be in by Wednesday, when we have to go into the city for Chris's medical appointment. So I think I heard him saying that he'd have to charge Chris for shipping, but he's going to try and get it up here for Wednesday for sure, which is, he wasn't sure he could do. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Going to be, the issue now is trying to figure out if they can get the, see, this shed has the generator in it, and again a bunch of storage and tools and things. So the generator's in here, and what happens is this yellow cable goes up here all the way over and plugs into that box, and it would go straight to the batteries to charge the batteries. So now what we need to do is figure out if we can use the generator to run the power direct. So that's what they're trying to figure out now for the next couple days until we can get the new battery in here. And of course the charge controller has to be reprogrammed, and Chris is worried about whether or not he can do that. The guy assured him it's fairly simple, but that's our predicament now, is getting the power to the house directly from the generator. Please don't give up the ghost on us right now, generator. This would be a really bad time to do that. The reason I say that, we bought this generator just because we saw a really good deal on Costco.ca, and I forget how much it was. It was a good deal anyway, and we had seen another one at Home Depot or somewhere ridiculously expensive. These Furmans are good brands, and it's a tri-fuel, so it is also hooked up. This hose here, it's hooked up directly to the big propane tanks out here. So we don't have to keep changing out propane tanks. So that's a really big deal too. So anyway, what was I saying? We bought this. We went and picked it up in town. It was so heavy we couldn't even get it on the truck, so we got a couple of friends to meet us in town, loaded it on the truck. Chris unloaded it with the tractor, didn't even unpackage it, put it on the floor in here. The other one was still here. The next day, the generator that we had running would not start. We couldn't believe it. Just couldn't believe it. So now we took that one back, and now we only have one generator. We always like to have a backup, for obvious reasons. If we hadn't bought this one on sale and the other one wouldn't start, and it was the middle of winter, you can't charge your batteries, so it would have been just another issue. Like I said, this is just part of life. You know, you're your own power company. Yes, we don't have power bills every month, but we are the power company. So we're really feeling the pinch now. Got a predicament, but we'll figure it out. Well, Chris will figure it out, not me. A bird just flew out of here. That's all I need. I left the door open because the smell was really bothering me, and I want to let it air out really good. I have to bring my I just finished canning some mushroom soup, so I was getting ready to bring that out here, and a 50-pound bag of mushrooms that are in the entryway, and that was the only reason I discovered this mess. Such a blessing that I got off my keister to do that today. I labeled my mushroom soup. I came out to get a box, and I was going to bring the out. Came to open the door so that I could carry the 50-pound bag of mushrooms out, or onions out, without having to open the door. And then I was going to bring my soup out too, and stumbled upon this nightmare. Well, at least we don't have to worry about heat, right? Today is Monday. Saturday night we came home from a friend's house in Breton. No, not Breton, Devon. And it had just started a few snowflakes when we were ready to go out to the truck. Within 5 minutes, it was a blizzard, and it was one of the worst drives we have ever had in snow, because it was going straight across the highway or straight in our faces. Really bad, big, fat, fluffy flakes. So it was a terrible drive home, and we were just like not expecting this. So it has been quite cold, and it snows and it melts. We finally get it dried out a bit. It snows again. It has just been a crazy spring. I don't know if it's officially spring, but kind of like spring. But anyway, yeah, the snow is finally melted again, but not too sure it won't snow again. But we can stay cozy and warm. I'll be getting, well, I already have, I just put new candlesticks in the candle holders recently. We won't have any internet. What will I do? No YouTube, no internet. Oh my goodness. But we'll be cozy and warm. I thought I had gotten some video, but I cannot find it. So this is the new battery system that we got. It's lithium. So this was about $4,500 for this one battery to replace the 8. Space saving too, which is kind of nice. We've got the space along the wall here. The heater's right there, so it doesn't have to be up very high to keep the batteries warm. A couple years ago when Chris was sick, I was working on getting a second layer of foam in here, and I got back done to about here. I didn't get the back part of the sea can done, so that might be an indoor job or winter job. But it's been about 3 months. The system's working great. We had friends, our friend and neighbor who's an electrician, tidy things up. Fun fact, the wire, don't know which one because all this is Chinese to me, that was supposed to go to the batteries as a warning system was coiled up here somewhere and never hooked up when the system was installed. So that would have been nice to have. If you'll remember, this switch was over here somewhere. So our friend tidied things up, and when in the process found the little wire that was coiled up there and never attached to the batteries that was supposed to be the warning system. So that's a little upsetting. We've got 8.7 in the bulk right now. I don't know enough about electrical. Like I say, I'm one of those people, I like to turn the switch on the wall and the light comes on. But apparently we have 16 volts of available electricity instead of 12 or something. Anyway, I'm sure there are a lot of viewers that know more about the electrical than me. But so far, I mean, money well spent. We had been considering upgrading, but we did not plan on burning up $4,000 worth of batteries. So we are extremely happy with this system, kind of forced into it. No more mulling it over. But we are really happy with it. Shortly after this, we had a couple more things happen, and it's gonna be a really rough year financially. But at least this is in place, and we should be good for a while. Now, the other thing Chris did do is he bought the wire going from the system out to the solar panels is a little bit lighter gauge wire. than maybe should have been used. So Chris went and spent the money on extra wire, so another big expense. That's a heavier gauge, so we actually have to dig another channel. We're not going to dig up the old wire, we're just going to disconnect it. Have to dig another channel from the back here underneath the old sea can and underground through the orchard to the solar panels. It's, yeah, so that's got to be done, because we've still got the old wires hooked up, and we would like to have the heavier gauge. Another thing, you know, I mean, he went with a mid-range battery, the wiring was a little light, so, you know, it all adds up. So I guess my caution would be just to really look into, I mean, the cables are red and black just like the old ones, but they're heavier gauge. So just really check into your system and who's installing it and the products. You know, like I said, a lot of people would look at the wire and go, oh yeah, okay, but there's a big difference between the gauges of the wire. So anyway, we're happy, it's over with, still paying for it, or trying to pay for it, but on to the next thing. What can you do? Just got to keep going and keep putting one foot in front of the other, and that's it. Next project. Next catastrophe. Anyway, done for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was of some use. I know my technical knowledge is severely lacking, but hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We'll see you next time.